Hey y'all, Amy here. Welcome back to the farm. Today I am going to be talking to you about goats and future goat babies. I'm going to be talking to you about chicks, a little bit of sad news there, and then I'm going to be telling you about a project that I have been working on. Let's go. Alright, we're starting over here with these two. Brian is on a mower over there. So it's a little bit loud, but we're gonna deal with it. Okay, y'all, let's talk about it. Recently, I had told you that this guy was over there with Tobias, and the two little girls were in this pen, and that was the case. However, I had multiple girls come in to eat at the same time across the way where Toby is. And poor Tobe, he couldn't even do anything because he was so concerned that this guy was gonna do something. So all he spent his time doing was running him around. And so I was like, okay, well, I gotta get him out of there. And so I did a little bit of research and about this girl right here, and dates and timing and size and health to see if she was at a point where she could be with Bernard, because otherwise I would put Bernard in a little stall area I have back over there. And turns out, y'all, this big girl right here is ready. So she's almost 8 months old, and for this breed, this Nigerian Dwarf breed, they can start to be bred around 7 to 8 months if they are 80% grown in their body size and if they're in excellent health. She is both. I know her mama, I know her daddy. She's a big girl, and she's also very healthy, and she's also almost 8 months old. And so I decided to go ahead and put these two together. So little Bernard there is with her. Nothing's happened yet, so we'll see what happens. And then the one that was in here, Nugget, I put her over in that little stall area I have, because Nugget, while she is older, she's I think like 2 months older than Thelma Lou. She is smaller than Thelma Lou is. She's in good health, but she's tiny, which she is I think I've told you all this before, she's a mini Boer, and her mama was Diamond. Now Diamond was also very small. What are y'all doing back there? Diamond was also very small. And so I don't expect Nugget to get large, but she's too tiny for breeding right now. She's just too tiny. Plus her breed being what it is, she needs to be a little bit older in my opinion. And depending on her condition and how she grows, I may not even ever breed her at all. I don't know. She seems to be kind of like a runt. She was an only kid, but she seems to be smaller than she should be. She's always been very petite and tiny. So, unlike this big old girl right here. Hi. So, I don't have a baby date for these two because they just started their date. So, we'll see what happens there. Now, I do have some dates. The other two over on the other side. And we're going to talk about that real quick before we get to the chicks. So, over here on this other side, I have Tobias, my buck, and he is with my two girls and my friend Courtney's two girls. And so my two girls have been bred. I've seen that, confirmed that. Obviously, there's a chance it didn't take, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to stand in this shade right here. It's hot today. So Mabel, Lacey's goat, she will be due, if it took, she'll be due December 9th. And Willow, my goat, if she took, she will be due December 10th. Each a day apart. And Willow's always early, so they could be having babies on the same day. We'll see. And then one of Courtney's has been serviced, and the other one hasn't come in yet. We're waiting on her. So yeah, that's the baby news. Early December babies. Last year I had Christmas babies from Willow. Should do Christmas Eve. It's like, I'm not gonna do that again. I also wasn't sure if I was going to breed Willow again. If you've been around, you'll know that. she had a little bit of a hard time not birthing the kids, not being pregnant, none of that. But afterwards, she had been bred to a full bower. And those 2 boys that she had grew so fast, and they were so rough and hard and massive, and they were just like dragging her down. And she had triplet boys before that, and she was just fine with those. So I think it was these bower boys that she had that just drug her down, and I got her back in good health. She's fantastic now. So we're gonna do another. She's not too old to breed or anything. It's not that. It's just that those bower boys were a mess. So anyway, she's gonna be having pure Nubian babies this time, and Mabel will have Nubian babies, and Thelma Lou will have pure Nigerian Dwarf babies. And yeah, we're gonna have some early December kittings, and I'm very excited for that. Okay, and now we're gonna come over here because this is the chick pen. We have to have a little chat here. All right, first of all, I want you to count the chicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 little chicks. So you notice the mama's not in there. Okay, so I found 2 passed away babies in this box one time, and then another time. And it's like, what is happening? What is going on? And so I decided to like just sit and watch and be like, let me keep an eye on them. Let's see what's going on. And this mama that I had in there, she was out, she was eating, and she was stepping on her babies and not even caring. And one of them that looked like maybe it had been maybe stood on for a while. I'm trying to say this delicately, because it wasn't moving as fast as the others. She then again foot on it, it was hollering and she wasn't moving. She was like, whatever, like no attention paid to this at all. So I got her out of there. That chick didn't last but a couple more hours, but there are still 8 healthy ones in there. So this mama was not a good mama. She was not careful. She was not cautious of her new little babies. She was just smushing them. So, which you think, you know, they're not heavy, but if you're on its little for a long time, it can't stay alive. Okay, so I'm trying to be sensitive in how I'm saying this because, you know, it's very sad, and I don't want to graphically say anything, but yes, we've lost 3. And so I took mama out, and we've been fine since then. So it was mama. It was a bad mama doing that. She's never had chicks before. This was her first time. I got her before she even started laying. Sometimes they just don't have the instincts. Like my little frizzle hen Pickles, who is the best mama in the world. They're not all like that, you know, and that's just how it is sometimes. And so I regret not paying closer attention sooner to hopefully, like I could have saved a couple of them if I had seen that she was a bad mama sooner. But we have 8. We have 8 healthy babies. And I have learned that I learned a lesson. If I have a brand new mama that hasn't had babies before, I will not just put them in a pen and let them go. I will be paying close attention. And if there's any apparent issue at all, then I'm just gonna take the babies and do it myself. So if I have another issue in the future, I will just deal with it in that way, and not risk the lives of the babies if I can. Okay, what do you think, Bernard? He's just over here chilling. Hey, what's up? What's up, my guy? What's up, my guy? Okay, y'all. Now I'm going to tell you about the project that I have been working on, or I'm going to show you the project I've been working on. Okay, just a quick warning before I get started. There have been some people in the past who don't like it when I start talking about making money and what I'm doing to make money. Like, I'll tell you that this channel, the little bit I make from this channel, the money from this goes back into feed for the animals usually. So I make farm content and I put it back into the farm. This is going to be something that I am doing, that I am selling, that I will be taking the money from this and I will be putting it into building us a house or buying us a house or something like that. That's the plan with this that I'm doing. And that's not the sole reason that I'm doing this. I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because I think y'all will like it. I like it. And so if you don't like that, you can just skip the rest of this video if you don't want to hear about it. That's fine. I don't mind. But, you ready? This is a coloring book. Okay? This is a coloring book. Let me show you. This is us. Okay, I made this specific one for my MistyDawnFarm family. And y'all, this project was so fun. I have more. I'm gonna show you just a minute, but I'm just gonna go through there. The cow. I put names that are something. We have Jack here, and oh, there's Willow. Okay, so it's me with goats. All right, so this is one of my projects that I was working on. Okay, I'm gonna put the links to these. What I'm doing is it's an Amazon print-on-demand thing. So I upload my books to Amazon. KDP is what it's called. And when you go on Amazon, you click the link, you go to the Amazon, or you can just search it on Amazon, and you'll find them, and then you just order them like a regular book you would off Amazon, and it comes to you printed out. So this is the one for all of y'all, okay? Because it has all the names and all, you know, everybody. Now it's gonna get loud. Okay, then, oh, also, just real quick, we have, it's not just the family, but like friends of ours where their kids have come. I have some of their pictures that I put in here too. So, that's fun. Oh, Deputy Peck. Okay, all right, that's one. Then I did this one. It's just a regular general farm animals with fun facts about animals on the pages. So what I did was I took, let me see, for instance, Bernard. There's ice cream cone. Okay, so you're looking at this and you may be thinking, how did I do this? Okay, let me tell you how I did this. Every single picture in all of these books are photographs that I took here on the farm, and then I put them onto the computer and I use a thing, and it makes them, it transforms them into coloring pages. Look at this one. This, I have it in my other one too. This is baby Honey. She's now lives at Cog Hill Farm, and this is her mama Dandelion. Okay, they're in this book. They're also in this one. Okay. So I took pictures. This is a photograph. The cover is a photograph I took of a butterfly on a flower, and I put it into the program. I turned it into a coloring page, and then I turned it into a colored coloring page for the cover. But, okay, you may have seen some of these pictures that I've posted, because I've posted these pictures on a lot of my social media, on my, I'm trying to show it to you without, like, oh, that one's cute. Ta-da! Okay, I've posted them, some on social media, some on, here on YouTube, but, okay, this is this one. And then the last one that I did, I'll tell you about the last one. I don't mean the last one. I mean, I have 4 to show you, but I'm working on a fall themed one right now. This is gonna be, I have so many pictures of life here on the farm, of our animals and of things, and so I'm just taking them and I'm creating all these different coloring books. I'm gonna have fall themed ones with like pumpkins and stuff, and then that's what I'm working on right now, and then there will be a Christmas one coming later. But what I did, one of the last ones I'm going to show you is different than these. So there's a little story that goes on along with it. So I was standing at my sink washing dishes, and I was thinking about these coloring books that I'm making, and I started thinking about, like, I know that God brought this to my mind. I started thinking about how some people use coloring as like stress relief, break with, they have anxiety and things. And then I was like, well, sometimes there's people out there who find a coloring book stressful. Like if they have anxiety, or if they have, you know, if they're autistic, some of them find their creativity in being creative and choosing the colors and, you know, creating the picture. But some find anxiety in the thought process of, I don't know what to make it look like. Like if they see something blank, their mind's like, I don't know how to make it right. How do I color this right? What colors am I supposed to use? So their creativity comes from replicating nature rather than just imagination. Their joy and creativity comes from replicating it, like seeing it and then doing it. And so I was like, these are all real photos. What if there was a coloring book where you had the actual photo next to the coloring page, so that when there is someone like that in life that doesn't find the, how do I say this, that doesn't find it enjoyable to create from nothing, but would rather look at something and replicate it and find joy in that, they can't really enjoy a coloring book unless they have it there. And I have the real photos, so I could have it there. So I did some research. Am I making sense? I will in a second. So I did some research, and I could not find a single coloring book like that anywhere. So this is the most recent one I did. So I don't have the actual copy of it yet. I created this, a guided coloring book, where I have the photo next to the coloring picture. So just like, let me find the one I had on the front here. So this picture, maybe not that one. I'm looking for it. This is what I did. So it has this next to this, so that when they're coloring, they can look at this and make this look just like that. I thought that was a really cool idea, and I mean, maybe it's not, maybe it won't, you know, go anywhere, but I thought it might could be a need for somebody who has someone in their life who, you know, could benefit from that. I also have, hold on, there's a bunch of different pictures here. Let me see, this is the one, that's that one, but it's not all butterflies stuff. That's Deputy Peck, and that's the coloring page account. And there is And that's like my very first one is one of my favorites. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So someone who struggles with anxiety and, you know, decision making can just open this up and without even having to really think about it, can just make this look like that and find joy in replicating it. I thought that was a cool idea. Like, it's not even my idea, okay? I feel like God gave me this idea. And so I've never seen anything like it, and so I created it. There's another one. There's Bernard. So anyway, I did this also. So the link to all of these, and if this is something that someone could use, if this is something that could benefit people or that people like, then I will make more. The best way for me to know is if you order it, then if you could just, when you're on Amazon later, if you could review, like leave a review for this. I mean, obviously leaving a review for any of these would be appreciated, but if I see a need for this, and if I see that it's helping people, and I can know that by like if people leave reviews on Amazon, then I will make more, because I've never seen anything like this before. And like I said, it has this across it because it's my author's copy, but I thought it was unique and could meet a need that has, from what I can tell, been unmet so far. So anyway, also it's a higher quality paper, and I did it to where there's blank behind them so that it could be, there's Tobe as a baby, so that it could be, if you want, the picture could be removed and you could, you know, use it for whatever you want to use it for. It's high quality paper, and you can save the art next to it, or save just the art, or whatever. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing on the back of the pages, so that you can do with the pages what you want, so that there would be no bleed through. And I did a thicker paper because thick those inner babies, because I wanted to make sure that if it was drawn with a heavy marker or hard with a pencil, or like it could withstand hard drawing for anyone who may be have a harder time with it. But anyway, yeah, so that's my project, y'all. That's what I've been working on, and these are just the first 4 that I have done. This one's specifically for y'all. But of course there's all of them, and so if you're interested, I will link each one individually down in the description below. And y'all, if you would share, if you do get some, just as a favor, if you would review it on Amazon, and if you would share and tell other people about it, especially this one, if you know somebody who might have a need and would benefit from something like that. Just want it to reach people who could use it. So that's it, y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm sitting on my front porch and I'm starting to really sweat. It's hot out here. Thank you for listening through all of that. I know that was a lot. I just did a lot of talking. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Until next time, keep on the sunny side.